But great segue there, Tom. Speaking of Aquaman,
oh my God,
love it.
Oh my God, the cock. Oh my God, the cock. Oh my God.
Anyway, Amber Turd, we got to look at her toys. So they're
she's got. I don't want to see
her.
Amber's toys. I don't want to know what she's into. That chick shits on beds.
Well, look, at least.
Oh, you mean like her? Oh, her action figure. My bad.
No porcelain
Oops.
toys. No porcelain-based toys. What do we think? I mean, I want to look at this from the angle of Warner Brothers screwing themselves up once again. I mean, this is an issue for them hugely. I think, it wasn't a small amount of people that signed that petition. It was like 5 million odd people that signed the petition saying they won't go to watch Aquaman 2 because of Amber Heard. I don't think people have forgotten. I think Amber Heard is genuine box office poison. Now, the merchandise, I'm amazed they merchandised it. I mean, this is crap anyway. This is the toy. It looks exactly the same as the first one. It's absolute garbage. It looks
Does it not come with the toy lift?
I'm surprised it's not pregnant.
Yeah, well, it comes with something you can flush it down the toilet.
Yeah,
if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to clog it, something fierce.
Don't comes with a porcelain throne, unfortunately. But this massive misstep for Warner Brothers, huge issue. This will be another huge bomb. There is no way this movie is going to do the $1 billion.
And that's why I think they haven't cut her out of the movie, to be honest with you, because I mean, even at this point, it made more sense to kind of cut her out of the movie because from what we know, spoilers from her own testimony during the trial, she spoiled her entire character arc in Aquaman 2. And I can't believe they just didn't cut it out. Because guess what? That's the only thing, as far as I know, that kind of sets up any plausible future for this franchise. And at this point, we all know this future. There's no future in this franchise.
Well, there is no franchise now. It's done, isn't it?
Well, not only that, it's the worst. It's worst kept secret in Hollywood. That most likely that he's going to come back and not as Aquaman, but as Lobo, because that's who he's wanted to play from the start. What's his name? Momoa.
Yeah. And he'll be perfect for it. To be fair.
That's where he can actually come in and do his shtick, and it works exactly.
Dude, bro, crap, you mean?
Yeah, that's one character where his dude bro, his surfer dude bro from Hawaii would work pretty.
Because I can guarantee you, his first meeting with James Gunn went something like this: "Dude, you're not Aquaman, you're Lobo." He's like, "You can't. You're serious? I'm gonna be Lobo. I'm gonna try and make it happen." And that's what that phone call was him saying, "I'm in charge, and you're gonna be Lobo." And then I guarantee you that's what it was, because it's just like, it seems too perfect. Like Andre said, it's been rumored and permeated from several different sources, including, I believe, the late great Mikey Sutton himself. So,
late great? Is he dead?
Yeah, yes. Sadly, he did pass away recently.
Passed away about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Are you joking?
No.
I don't mean to laugh, but I'm so shocked.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Jesus. Yeah. Well, anyway, back to Amber Turd.
He unfortunately had a stroke.
Fucking how old was he?
56, I think. Or how old was he?
Oh, he's quite old then, right? Well,
like in his early 50s, if not, like, yeah.
Wait a minute. Quite old. I'm going to be 53.
Yeah, right?
Wait. Quite old from the perspective of if he's a nerd. And he's getting because I was like, if he's young, is he massively overweight? Did he get a stroke because of that? What's the coronary heart? What's the situation based? That was my perspective. Thank you very much. Anyway, don't get bogged down on someone that's dead. Let's talk about someone that isn't dead but probably wishes she was. Amber Turd.
Oh, she's hurt.
I think it's more likely she wishes Johnny was dead. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, true. I mean, look, what massive misstep from Warner Brothers, though. What a huge, massive misstep. I mean, they definitely should have cut her out. And there's rumors that she's basically only in the start. Arthur Curry gets married to her, and then she's hospitalized or some nonsense. What?
she is hospitalized because, and she is what she said in the stand. So unless you want to know, don't want to know this, plug your ears for about a minute.
Oh, I don't think anyone cares.
But I don't think anybody gives a shit. Yeah, she says on the stand she gets hurt in a fight early on in the film, but she thought I think that already got cut out before they even filmed it because she was bitching about that part. She didn't get to do her big action sequence. So something's going to happen that's going to put her in some sort of coma. But we find out while she's in the coma that she's pregnant with Momoa's baby. Well, Aquaman's baby, whatever you want to call it.
She wishes.
So she spends most of the movie in a hospital bed. So at this point, like, I'm like, why don't you just cut her out? Because before all this James Gunn business, that's what they were like juggling was, what do we do with Ezra? What do we do with Amber? And everything I kept hearing was they're definitely going to recast Amber. Because at that point, they were going to go forward. You guys got to remember, at that point, Aquaman, they needed to fix this movie. And this is one of the reasons why I think some people are like, James Wan went in for exhaustion, because he's been basically working on this movie now nonstop for 3 years. Like, constantly just there's so many different versions of this movie.
But they also allowed Jason Momoa's story say they shot a whole fucking nonsense garbage scene of him lecturing the fucking UN. No one wants to see this. No one wants to look at Greta Thunberg, with Aquaman lecturing the UN about climate change. Fuck off. No one's bothered.
Are you serious? Is she actually in the movie? I didn't hear about that.
No,
or you just mean it as a joke? Okay, I was gonna say,
yeah,
because that's the thing. Because I kept asking, and they're like, yeah, they're probably going to recast. In fact, we had heard they had meetings with, and I think that was confirmed with what's her face from Game of Thrones,
Emilia Clarke,
but she was already committed to other things, so they were trying to find a spot in her schedule. But then her coming out, when she admitted it, she said something about her brain issue that she has. So I think it was more like she couldn't work underwater and other things too, was another part of it. So that confirmed though that they were talking to other people.
Yeah, because she also had a stroke.
Yeah, she had a stroke a couple years back, so I think she has issues with being able to like work underwater and other things like that, to where she's like, nope, she can't do it.
Pressure, I think.
Yep, the pressure of it. Yeah. So like, and that's what we had heard back too, because at first we had heard that was who Warner Brothers was set on. That was who they wanted.
That was a persistent rumor as well.
But and then at that point they were like, well, we're going to recast it no matter what, because they were like, well, the Ezra Miller thing's a little bit more difficult because she's barely in Aquaman 2 as opposed to him. He's playing 2.3 parts and he's in the movie so much. But the guy I talked to, who happened to, let's say, be close to special effects, said the press running with this bullshit that it's going to be impossible is bullshit, because this whole movie shot in a green screen. He's like, all you got to do is go in and just replace the actor.
It's just soundstage, mate. Like,
so they're like, that part's not the problem. The problem is that we've already shot this movie once before. The amount of money that's been put into it, Amber's the bigger controversy at the time, and it was just Well,
I'm surprised they didn't cut her out, because I mean, she's now on third? She's on her third appearance, so third contract. I guess she'd be paid quite a lot of money for this movie.
Well, she's already been paid, and that's the whole thing too. Is like, right at this point, I think they're looking at money sunk in. But
but they paid Johnny Depp, and then they just they paid him up his full amount. They paid his full amount for Fantastic Beasts, and then they paid Mads Mikkelsen's fee.
Yeah, that's where they ate some money, and I'm sure that's why they needed somebody like Zaslav to come in and knock that shit off. And I'm sure that's where that point he's like, well, fuck it, we're not finishing the Flash, we're not doing anything more to Aquaman. That's been confirmed now as well, and that's something I reported, I believe, here and on Midnight's Edge, of course, too, where I said
we've been
they quit
for ages.
Yeah, but they quit. I heard it. They quit working on the special effects at some point, and they said, we're done. We're not doing any more to this movie, because they're just going to put it out as is. And I'm assuming they're going to end up doing the same thing now with Aquaman 2, where it's at the point it's at. But they also have to go in and fix whatever things they had left over, because I guess they had the cameo with Michael Keaton. And they also had the one with Ben Affleck, that in case they went another way, because they weren't even sure which direction they were going to go yet. And the thing that I was going to get to earlier was, my point is and every time I talked to somebody about what they were going to do with Amber, they kept saying the same damn thing. And they said, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, the movie has tested worse than any other movie we've tested in the history of testing. Like, I'm sure they were being hyperbolic, but they're like, the movie fucking sucks. Like, everybody says it sucks. It's a horrible piece of shit. Every cut we've shown, people hate. So there's something about the movie that people dislike, and it's not just her, because she's barely in the movie from what I keep hearing. Like, if she's in maybe like 10, 15% of the movie, if that.